So I want you to look at these ladies here, and I want you to tell me, what do they have in common?
They're all badass.
They're all badass. I like that answer. I wasn't expecting that answer, but I like it. What do we think about emotions? Are they the elephant in the room? What do we think? Do they have a place at work? What can we say? What can't we say? How much is too much? I was labelled by my mother when I was a child as highly strung. She was very concerned about me and concerned about me being over-emotional. And I'm telling you the truth here, when she took me to the doctor, and she asked the doctor if he could give me some medication to calm me down. I think I must have been about 5 or 6 at the time. Thankfully, the doctor just told my mother that I would grow out of it. And I don't know if I did grow out of it. You'd have to ask people who know me today. But there is work to do. And let me just share with you this survey that was done back in 2020. It's a UK survey. It was done with a large group of people. And they were asked the question, do you think emotions belong at work? 30% consider expressing emotions is a weakness. 59% say that they have emotions they suppress at work. And 1 in 3 UK workers conceal their true emotions. So we're all pretty happy talking about excitement or joy or passion. We like those emotions. But what I've often seen is that the shutters go up for anything that is unpleasant. Fear, anger, sadness. A lot of people, they don't like the feeling that those emotions give. They make you feel unpleasant. Because when you learn to work with your emotions, you learn to realize when they're valuable and when they're not perhaps valuable for you in that moment. You learn to dial them up, or you learn to dial them down. And I work with a lot of clients where we practice emotional agility. We become familiar with our emotions, and we know in the moment whether or not they're useful or whether we need to just put them to the side for the moment if they're preventing us from doing what we need to do. And I wanted to share with you a really interesting thing too, is that when women are asked a question, there's been a number of surveys where women are asked the question, are women more emotional than men? Most of the women say yes. And the men agree. So even the women believe this. And what is the double bind? Well, the double bind is a mismatch between it's between the behaviors that are expected of a leader, traditional, I have to put in quotes, traditional leader, and the behaviors that are expected of a woman. And when women do not conform to those expected behaviors, then there can be consequences and they can be reprimanded for that. Because the women are constantly monitoring what's happening in their culture. They're having to alter their behavior when necessary. And so this can be actually quite costly to them. I don't know if you've heard of the term emotional labor. Perhaps you have. When women are constantly having to alter and adjust and wonder and think, am I doing this right? What's going to happen? It's quite damaging to health as well and to mental health. So it's a difficult situation. And it's really hard to break through the glass ceiling when you don't feel respected or when you're being judged on your emotional behavior. So there's something that's really important to work with here. But as a leader first, what are some of the things that you can do? What are some of the things that you can do to break down those stereotypes and those myths? Educate, brilliant. Educate, yes, thank you. Show your emotions. As a leader, you can be a role model, right? You can talk about emotions, you can provide a safe space for emotion, and you can, on occasion, be vulnerable. So definitely. Anything else? Give space to emotions. Absolutely. Yes. Lots of hands going up. Great. Yes?
Call people on their biases.
Call out people when they're... Exactly. When you see behavior, when you see people stereotyping, call it out. Challenge it. Yes? Suspend judgment. Thank you. I really hope for a future where Men and women can come to work and they don't have to conform to stereotypes about their emotions. They can bring their authentic selves to work. I've got a call to action, and I hope this resonates with you. Let's embrace emotions. Let's provide a safe space for emotions. Let's challenge ourselves and challenge each other. Let's send a clear message that emotions are valuable and a foundation for success. And lastly, if anybody comes up to you and says, you are too emotional, maybe you can do what I do now. I say, thank you. I say, emotions are my superpower. What's your superpower?